different variety of operating system instances like Windows with a different flavor, and Linux with a different flavor actually. So put together, if you look at, there are n number of things, and over and above, we will also be able to create our own image, which is called AMI. Amazon. See, now we'll talk about the compute service today, and a bit of compute service wherever we left, and we'll talk about storage service today, because we'll have to complete these two aspects so that for us to move on to a network, within AWS component. Right, compute. We talked about last week. It's a virtual machine which is running in Amazon uh, zones, and zones and the regions, which is nothing but a logical data center. Wherein the moment we are able to gain an access to management console, it allows us to create the different forms of virtual instances with a different CPU, memory, and disk aspect. Right, so that's we are very clear, right? So we know how to create a EC2 instance, and we'll be able to figure out the permutation combination of EC2 instance within the AWS, right? Is there any doubt there?
No. So only thing is, what I did was try to shut down that virtual machine, and then the instances also got stopped, but I couldn't understand how to restart it again or restart the instance.
Not a problem. Not a problem. So can someone show me? Can you show your screen? I'll make you a presenter.
And even I tried to delete the instance which was created, but it was not properly
getting deleted. Is it?
Yes, that's
okay.
why
there are steps to be followed for terminating the instance, stopping the instance, starting the instance, and restarting the instance actually. So it's an instance administration, right? So we will probably look into it. If someone wanted to share your screen, who wanted to terminate this instance, then probably I'll walk you through the steps of it. Who wants to share it?
Can I?
Or Abhishek can go. Yeah, no issues.
Rakshit?
Actually, I'll turn on the camera on the other side.
Oh, okay, then probably we'll go to Prasenjit, right? Prasenjit, you're okay to share?
Yeah. You can share.
Okay. So I'm making you host. Share your screen, please.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, I'm able to see the screen. Right.
Okay.
See, in your console, right? So you're running 2 instances, and you created 4 security groups, and you created 3 volumes. Wow, excellent. So you created 1 key pair, and you're operating within that. Excellent, excellent. Right, to go to the instances. So go to instances, whichever instance you wanted to. So one is stopped, right?
Yeah, this got stopped.
Okay, just select that.
When I shut down that virtual machine, will the instance also stop?
Yeah, you have stopped it actually. Probably you select that, tick that, in the left. Go to action. So you have an option here actually, right? You got instance settings. Go to instance settings actually. So these are all things, probably you can do from an instance aspect actually. So add, edit tags, and you can give some names, and you can create a role, and you can create a termination production for a mistake, and change the shutdown behavior and all those things. Is it a Linux instance? I think so, right? So go to instance state.
Instance state.
Okay. The above one, yeah.
Oh, let us start it.
Okay, so now you have an option here: start, stop, and reboot. It is already stopped. Okay, that is why these 3 options are sort of disabled. You click on terminate. So this termination is nothing but deletion actually. So this will go away from your list. Is that okay?
Yeah. So if I click start, what will happen? It will start running.
Click start means that instance will start running, and you'll be able to log into that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Click terminate. We'll create one more, don't worry. We'll do a sort of things. See now, hold on. See, there is an option of warning, right? So this instance is created with the EBS back, storage in the backend. We'll talk about what all these things, right? What happens the moment you say is terminate, right? And the disk also gets terminated, with mean it gets deleted. And otherwise, you can go and preserve this. I mean, I'll show that in the next, subsequent, hours. So probably now you say yes, terminated. Let's make it simple actually.
So can we recover this once we terminate any time in the future?
You can, provided you have a EBS result. Now we are deleting it actually. We did not select that option.
Okay, so we can hide from here, but now we are deleting this. We will not be able to.
Correct. So now it's terminated, right? So it takes some time to go away from the console. Maybe you refresh it.
Just
select.
F5 is it?
Yeah, any other menu you just select instance type or EC2 dashboard or whatever it is. Go back. So it goes off. It takes some time. The way it is provisioned, the way it is getting deleted. Now what happens actually the moment you start terminating this, and you don't have to pay for this device, right? It's gone off. From our liability. Okay, so now you got two more. So probably we'll do one thing. So last time we did not create a Linux instance, right?
Yeah.
So, we did only for the Windows.
Windows, yeah.
And the different combination of windows are there, right? So we are going to select only the one which is freely available for us to do a sort of training. So now we'll create a Linux instance. So go to launch instance. You can select here, yeah. Yeah, free tier only.
So select Red Hat or?
Yeah, anything is okay.
Which one?
Any Linux, you can create Ubuntu, you can create Amazon Linux, you can create SUSE Linux, you can create Harachi Linux.
Okay, all Linux are free only, right? Yeah.
Whatever states free, then that can be provisioned actually. I mean, definitely Amazon doesn't give anything for free, right? It has been given free for training actually, so that they create enough knowledge pool on the market for them to evolve over a period of time. So click review and launch. Yeah. So if you look at actually, it talks about AMI, Amazon Machine Image, which is Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8. And it has a SSD volume type, whatever has been mentioned there. And it's in the size of T2 micro. And the virtual CPU is 1, memory is 1, and instance storage is EBS only. So come down. Okay, so you need to add a security group, right? Because it has to be accessed from outside to inside.
Okay.
You already have one rule, is it? Launch Wizard 4. That's the one which you created?
No, I don't think I created
No,
it.
it's okay. You create a new security group. That is fine. So by default, if you look at, SSH, SSS, that secure shell uses the protocol TCP, and the port in which it is going to listen the service is 22. And it says the source and destination. Source can be any, and anybody can access this server. That's what the meaning of it. And probably you can put some description about whatever that is all about. Just select and say review and launch. That's okay. It is open for all. That is known actually. We'll teach about, we'll learn about more about security during the the network and security aspect of it, like how to protect and all those things. Come down. Launch. You want to use your existing key.
Yeah, or you can create, I mean, same thing only, right? Or it's a different.
Yeah, it's same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can choose new key as well as existing key actually. So the team, you'll have to practice. So probably you can select a different permutation combination actually. Yeah, say launch instance, please. Hold on. Right. So your instance is now launching. It is successful. It is part of this group. And come down. It's an easy to guide. You see, this is very important whenever you launch an instance, right? So how to connect your Linux instance? Because every Linux has got a different username actually. Some Linux has got EC2-user, some Linux of Ubuntu has got user ID as Ubuntu, various things. So just click that and, take that input.
Which one?
How to connect your Linux instance. Click on that. So go back, let it load, right? So this is a documentation, right? Somebody may know how to use PuTTY and SSH clients and some may not know, right? So that is where I just want you people to go and read it actually. So go back to launch instance wizard, back, the other one. Yeah.
This one.
No, leave this. Go to your browser menu on top. Select this. Launch, yeah, click on that. No, top. Yeah, on the top. Yeah. No, Baba. Here it is.
No, but that.
Okay, not an issue.
Drop down blocking me to go there.
Understand, actually. Yeah, there you are. Sometimes that creates issue, that Zoom, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So now go back to see, view instances. Yeah, view instances. Right. What is getting created? The status check is on actually. 2 of 2 is run. 1.8. It is like getting over.
The initializing.
Yeah.
That's the one that is going on. Okay.
Correct.
Senthil?
Yeah.
So here we have selected the existing one, right? Existing key pair.
Yeah, existing key pair, whatever you copied and generated, but it's an option actually. You can create a new pair of key as well.
Okay, but then with the existing, see, if you have already 2 through 3 key pairs, and when you select this existing one, so what
you're
happens?
Selecting the one, no? You're selecting the one actually. There, the name of the key pair, you're selecting it actually.
Oh, okay, fine.
Done?
So it's still initializing, right?
Just click that instance. Click on that instance, whichever is coming across.
Senthil, hi, Ajit here.
Ajit, yes.
Is there any best practices for this key pair that we need to have?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, there is a best practices because it is followed in the security. It's called security group. That is one of the item for us to learn more actually. See, otherwise, the security group is like a firewall at the instance level. So you define, the methodology in which it can be connected and the port in which it has to be listened, and you control and contain various other things actually, like who can access. Is it you or is it somebody else in the organization or outside the organization? Is it a consumer? Is it the owner come consumer? So there are various things actually. So the security group key does a very big play actually in terms of securing these instances within the AWS, because security is our responsibility.
Okay.
Right? It's not AWS responsibility, correct?
Yeah. So should I have one key pair for one instance, or I can,
Depends actually. It doesn't. There is no thumb rule as such. You will have to use only one key pair for all those things. See, look at now. If you are an admin, right, and you are provisioning the server, and you expect the Linux admin to manage this server. In such case, what you do, you can create a key for him separately, and you can have a key for yourself. If you are an L3 and you wanted to share the administration activity with your L1 and L2, then you'll have to create that segregation for you to eliminate the confuse.
Okay. But only one key pair per instance can access.
So you can have multiple key pair. You can associate multiple key pair with an instance actually. So that doesn't matter. We'll go there. So probably, I'll teach that. So now, Prasenjit, I think this is running, right? So click connect. See, if you connect here, what happens? Yeah, connect. Okay. So select the standalone SSH client. Do you have a client with you, Putty or something?
No.
Okay. Putty. Okay. So select EC2 instance connect. So the username is EC2 user, which is very good. Yeah. Select connect.
So last time also we had issues in starting up connecting the Linux instance.
We can download the putty and do it.
Yeah, I think that's a good way actually. You want to download a putty, it doesn't take much time actually. Download any version of putty, yeah. Is it connecting? Click on that. Let us see what is it happens.
Which one? This one is it?
No, the top one. Connect to your Linux instance. So let us see whether it has downloaded all the document required for us.
This one is it? This is retry.
Retry, is it? Okay, so not an issue. So, probably you scroll a bit down and let's understand the instance and the instance parameters, and we'll try to connect it through putty. You see that, right? Description below. And yeah, there it is. Come down. Just scroll down. Let's understand the elements of where it is created and all those things. Just make it a little more bigger of this menu so that the entire team is able to read it. Just drag up. Yeah. Very good. Pull it up. Fully. See, guys, last time when we created a EC2 instance, we did not really touch about this, right? So go up, please. So the moment you create an instance within AWS, these are all the parameters which gets generated automatically on the AWS, in environment for various things actually. So this is of, the instance ID, which is a local identification ID created by AWS. And there is a public DNS. If you look at actually, this is a public DNS in which we can connect this actually. And there is a public IP address, right? So very simple. So copy this IP address 18.221.248.226. See, there are multiple ways in which we can connect to the instance. So go telnet. You have a telnet in your local machine?
No.
You don't have, is it?
No.
Okay.
But I can.
Okay, so download putty, guys. All of you, please download the putty.
I can do it from the this thing, is it?
Online, you can just go Google putty, it will come. I'll just copy paste it. It's a small exe. Open one more new window.
Yeah. So from where do we download? From download.com or
just Google type putty, it will come. Putty free download or something. So putty.org, right?
Putty for Windows? Putty for Windows, Linux?
You are using Windows only, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Putty for Windows. Somebody was asking question, was it?
Yeah, this is Arvind.
Yeah,
I am able to connect to that the Linux console that I have created. Not
we'll move on to your screen. Let me make you host. Meantime, let the other people download the putty. Arvind, okay?
What is the host name?
The host name is the public DNS, the DC2-18.248.226.us.east, the one which is coming on the top. Right.
Yeah, so maybe we can go to Arvind's screen and see what is it.
Yeah. So can you make me a host back again, Arvind, or you make Arvind as a Prasanjit? Can you make Arvind as a host? Let him share the screen.
Okay.
Just click on the name. There is an option called More. Then enable it.
Okay.
Yeah, Arvind. Yeah, you stop sharing it, and let's go to Arvind's screen.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah, I could see the screen, Arvind. Yes.
So the instance I created in the last class, I've just connected to
Very
that.
good, very good. So you logged in as well, is it? Very good.
Yeah.
Now reconnect again and show them people. Otherwise, they'll not be able to, understand this. Exit.
Okay.
Go to your AWS console menu and navigate and show them the whole thing.
Sure. I'll do that. Yeah, I've highlighted.
Share your screen, please, Arvind.
Yeah, I'll share. Okay. If you can see the screen.
I could see the screen. So others are able to see the screen, right? Ajit, Prasanjit, Rakshit, Sukanya, Abhishek, all of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
You are guys able to launch an instance? All of you?
Actually, I have launched the instance, but the thing is, I'm not able to connect it. I'm getting an error.
You will definitely. Did you select that security group and enabled your port 22 for that? We'll do a debugging actually. We'll get your console, right?
Okay.
We'll show you.
Yeah.
So now, Arvind, you can probably demo that actually. Like, how did you do it?
Yeah, I've selected the Linux instance here. The moment I click on connect, so it's giving these three options. Can you see this?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I just select the EC2 instance, connect. That is SSH connection, and it is giving me the default username. And I just click connect, and it takes me to the console. So here you can see the public and the private IP both. It is the same as what is displayed on the EC2 instances. So I can run any command.
So you need to share your other screens also.
Oh, you can't see it.
You'll have to select a desktop actually. Select, share a desktop so that we can, if you minimize this, will be.
Yeah.
So while connecting to PuTTY, the username should be that EC2
Instance, yeah, whatever it is.
Okay, username, whatever it gave, right?
Yeah. What was that? It has given it to you. It is the EC2 -user, I think.
Yeah.
use that. And in the PuTTY, you will have to configure that PEM file, the PEM file, or you will have to convert that as a PPK file. That is what actually I want to show everyone. So Arvind,
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
Chintan.
downloaded
Yeah.
PuTTY.
right? So now if you look at it, it is AWS console, which is, connecting, to the instances using the native feature of it. Right, but
That's right,
generally,
yeah.
any Linux admin, any Linux admin, we will not be allowed, we will not be allowing them to use this way. As a resource owner, it is okay for you. But if you are going to create the server and giving it to me, then I need to access the server, right? Hello, Arvind.
Yeah, Chintan. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a native feature which is very good. That is for the resource owner, well and good. So now you demonstrated, just selected, connected it connected it actually. But technically, in the real world, people will use PuTTY only, or any SSH client which can be used for them to connect to. So thank you so much for this. Right, so you're
Yeah,
able to run successfully your instance, and which is very good. And put some comments. Let us see ls minus t or ls minus ls.
there is nothing there. I am trying, I can, run ifconfig. Shows me the,
It's a default one, right? I mean, by default, you
Yeah.
would have not created it. It's a very, very micro image, right?
Yeah.
There would have been nothing in it actually.
So what is
You'll
the
have to-
directory here then?
You're into
home
home
/home
Ubuntu.
/ubuntu. I've just,
You
listed.
say //
Can you create any directory folder around?
Yeah, you can do it actually.
Yeah, we
Why
can
not?
create.
Make directory. Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can see the directory I just created, right?
Correct.
It's got full permission.
Now it is, yeah.
Yeah.
See, it is a OS administration task. We'll not go there, right? I mean, loading the required components on top of it and that, everything. So, thanks, Arun. Just, Arvind, close this. We'll go to Prasenjit's screen and let's see the PuTTY aspect of it.
Okay, I'll stop sharing then. Yeah.
You stop sharing it. Now, what we'll do probably, let's understand everybody are able to create the instance. And it's like an exercise. What we will do, we will allow, example, Arvind, you log into the server what is created by Prasenjit, and Rakshit, you log into the server which is created by Ajit, and Suganya, you try to log into the server what is created by Arvind. So some sort of, we need to create a role here. So you create a resource on the AWS, which is very good, and you are able to use it on your own, which is very good. But actually, in the real world, it is not. I mean, you need to make sure that resource has been consumed by somebody else, right? And you need to protect the consumer interest as well. Like what is that he can do, what is that he cannot do. That is what actually we need to learn from an operation aspect of it. From an architectural aspect, I don't think we need all those these internal elements. All we need to do is like what type of Linux can be created, how many type of Linux images are available on the AWS, and from a marketplace, what are the additional machine image which I can buy. Right, it's all about buying the required suit of the stack in line to the requirement of a business. Got it?
Yes.
So Prasenjit, yes, probably can you share your screen, please?
Hold on, I'll make in the admin.
You know,
This, right?
yeah.
What, Senthil, what security group we have to select? You have to choose create new security group, or
Yeah, you
select-
create a new security group, Abhishek. It's up to you. You can reuse your existing one if you already have a security group, or you can create a security group specifically for this instance.
Okay, and then we have the remaining other tabs. We need not worry, right?
No,
First,
just
we
select. No, you need to worry because you need to understand the parameters, right? What you're selecting, based on which only the environment gets created in the AWS. But it is a first level of training, right? We are trying to put our hands on in creating an instance and learning about launching the instance. So don't worry, go ahead.
Okay,
Right?
just a security group. We have to create new, and then we have to just review and
Yeah. Correct.
launch.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen? Hello?
Yeah, I'm able to see your screen.
Okay, so
Sanjay.
this
So
is
share
the
your desktop. Yeah, go to Putty and copy this. Yeah, the public
this is
IP
the
address. Yeah,
one we are
excellent,
connecting.
excellent, excellent. You copied it, and the port number is that, right? So
Yeah.
click connect. It may not go through. You selected, very good, very good. So that means we close it again. Let me teach the basic aspect of it and go back to Putty again, please. See what happens actually when you launch an instance. I mean, when you wanted to connect to Putty, right? So you go to the SSH parameters. Yeah, this is what the IP address of a public of server, or you can use that UC2-18.221, whatever it is, either the DNS name or an IP address, right? And the connection type is RSH, right? And the SSH. SSH is the secure shell, and telnet is one option, and remote login is another option actually. So click on the SSH button here below, in the left bottom. Yeah. So here, what happens actually? Come down, please. So you got host keys. Look at it. Click on the host keys. See, this is where actually the key what you download, right? So where is the key? Can you show that screen? Is key?
Yeah, I don't know where.
So it is by default, picked up the location. Maybe these two things are sitting there, but you select the key.
Yeah, how do I select the key? Because I don't see. Because it had, this is the key name, right?
PD key, yeah.
But I don't see it.
Okay, not an issue. Then that has to be configured. Click on auth, the authentication. Below, yeah. Yeah, expand it. All right, so now by default, what you selected is attempt keyboard interactive, okay, attempt authentication using. So this is a tool, team. So don't worry about, too much. Probably you can take some time to understand about all these menus. See, here it is, private key for authentication. Click browse. So where is your PD key?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Say okay. Open. Yeah. Now it is going there, right?
Right.
Yeah. Type in as your username, whatever it is, EC2-user or whatever it is.
I think this was the user.
EC2-, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Enter.
No supported authentication method available.
Oh, that means we did not configure the file properly actually on the putty. Okay. See,
Okay.
it is allowing us to get in actually.
Yeah. I think
right?
Senthil, there is a mismatch in the key, handshake, right? That's the reason.
Might be. So we need to create a PPK file, and then we'll have to store it there actually. It is called personal key and public key. See, you all need to understand. So the moment you create a key, the key in the AWS service, in AWS world, the private key is given to you, the one which you download. The public key is going to sit in the server. So public key and private key talks to each other,
Right.
and then it acknowledges the the authentication. So that is how it allows people to use the resources as a consumer actually, right? So now go to the same thing and remove it. Prasenjit, yeah, just try to open it. Let's go back. I mean, let's make it simple actually. We'll come back for putty and internals, tunneling, and all those things. I'll cover it up in the next class.
Okay.
But you are not able to connect through the instance, no? I mean, the way Arvind tried, it is not allowing you, or what?
No.
Maybe some sort of configuration need to be enabled on your machine actually. But anyway, go to putty. So from a putty, you are able to use it, right?
EC2 user.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
working.
can.
Yeah.
And then this error comes. Login failed.
Login failed. Okay. So retry.
Yeah.
Maybe the key what you selected for this may not be the right key actually, to be honest.
the
Maybe the
generated-
instance what you created may be different and key what you are trying to associate is for a different one.
Oh, okay.
Go close this and select the other one, the one which is on the top. Yeah,
This is the Windows probably.
that is a Windows.
Yes.
I don't know. Let us look at it. Yeah, it is a Windows because
Yeah.
it says administrator. No, close it.
And this one also is also Windows.
No, you created two
Oh,
Windows, is it?
Okay.
No. Yeah,
Let's try this one.
try.
Or is it an issue with Red Hat? Because I think he tried with Ubuntu.
No, it is not that actually. It is trying to, see your authenticity. Yeah, I mean, based on the selection, whatever we made, it is not, you can go and retrieve just close it because, it says password problem, right? Go close this, and select this and go to action. So there are options, right, for us, instance setting.
IAM role.
You can do that, but let's not go there. That is for somebody else. Okay, so come down. Just leave it actually. Just go to the description. You go to the description. Let's understand the parameters. So the PD key is the key actually which is used.
Right.
Private IP is 172.31.35.199. 18 launch wizard. It is the outbound role.
Do I need to use this IP?
No. That is a private local IP. That's a
Okay.
Senthil, this Arvind, let me try to SSH from my laptop with that IP. So 18223.
It is working.
I'm just trying now.
Try it out. Not an issue. But it says, authentication error actually. It says, it's a sort of.
What's the IP? 18.223.
123.217.
123.217, right? Okay, it is asking me ECDSA key fingerprint and want to continue. I will say yes.
I will also try to log in from my laptop. Just give me a second. Now, this could be a oversight while creating the instance. We would have missed to note some parameters.
Yeah, it is saying permission denied.
So go to
the
security
public
group,
key.
select that and go to security group, EC2 dashboard. Prasenjit in your screen, yeah. Click on the security group.
Where is that?
No, on the top. Yeah, here it is.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
on the resources. Now you got multiple security group, so that is a challenge actually. Now I may not know which security group you associated for that instance actually. Okay.
So in the description, don't say?
In the description, this is a default ID actually. Do you know that instance ID?
Instance ID.
I don't think we did not create one, because you select existing keys and select existing groups, right?
Yeah.
Launching the instance. So.
Create a security group.
Okay, create a security group. Let's associate that security group with that instance. We can try and do that. You just say, AWS training, whatever it is. Yeah. In the bottom, you can say description, you can say like security groups for EC2 instance. So just leave that, and the VPC is created by default actually. Click on that. Okay, by default, yeah, it's okay. That's the only one. Inbound rule, come down. Now inbound rule, add rule. So select custom TCP is okay, port number, protocol TCP is okay, port range 22 you select. I mean, it's okay. Yeah, no, it's okay. 0, you can select 0 to.
So then I have to select here SSH then. Probably.
Yeah, select SSH. Yeah. The source, you say
Anywhere.
Yeah. Put anywhere, that's okay. Okay. Description you wanted to put. Linux instance, inbound traffic. Okay, outbound is still there, right? So, but default is there. So, add rule.
Oh, this should add another one.
No, yeah, it's okay. So, just delete it, leave it as it is. Come down, save it. Yeah, great.
There is no, okay.
Great.
Okay.
Now, this rule has been created, right?
Yeah.
Now we know this 22, all those things are there. And go to that instance. Where is that instance? EC2 instance. Which one? Yeah, when it is created, so it is changed its IP address now. 3.133, 140, 155, 228.
So when it is created, how do we know? What is the date? 14. Oh, this is 14 June.
Yeah.
This is today we have created.
Might be. This one you try to connect. Let us see first whether it works before we do all other things. Yeah.
SSH?
Yeah. Use his name, yeah. EC2-public, yeah.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, try that. Let us see. EC2 instance connect, browser-based SSH connection, yeah. So that is Red Hat, I think, looks like.
Yeah. No.
Restart the instance once, please.
So yeah, here we did not create the password.
We created it. By default, it creates a password actually.
Okay, no, like
yeah, you stop it and then start it again actually.
We downloaded the .pem file, right? And thereafter again here.
See, that's a key file, right?
Yeah, from that again, now I am not able to see like from key, I want to generate the password. So
where you want to create a password?
For the instance.
No. Instance will create its own user ID, and that user ID and the internal AMI, right? It will authenticate you based on the public and private key. You don't have to create. See, for EC2 instance, although you did not create, right? Administrator account came in by default, and then you resetted the password. That is a way in which to connect Windows machines. Okay. For a Linux, it's a public key, private key, and then once you log in, then probably, as a sudo user, you can go to the account and you can reset the password.
Okay. So still, we created a new security group, but did we assign that to this instance?
Yeah, we will not assign that, but meantime, I'm trying to see why this instance is not, even taking the basic thing.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, it's still initializing.
Sometimes, there could be some issue actually. Once the restart, that does help actually.
So Senthil, this is Sakshit here.
Yeah,
So
sure.
if there is any issue like this in the real-time project, so how can we restart? The data will get lost, no?
No, nothing will happen actually. Nothing will happen.
No.
Restart, stop,
Okay.
start, shut down. It will not cause any hindrance to your data.
Okay.
Okay. And you can create a replication. See, that is where the HA ability and DR ability and all those things comes. IT is meant for failing. IT will fail. So as an IT architects, we should make sure that the failure have been mitigated in our design.
Okay.
Try connecting. It's still initializing, is it, Prasenjit?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can try refreshing.
Yeah. So let it run on the background, Prasenjit. Might be that zone, US East A, right? I believe, there may not be any issue. Otherwise, it will show actually. Click on status check. It's still running, boss.
Okay. Now I think it is done.
It's up now.
Hold on, guys. So yeah, try connecting that, Prasenjit. Hi, Anupam. Good morning, boss. How are you? Good, man. Okay. That the revised one, whichever I've sent to you, right? That is the final be okay. There is no change to it actually.
Prasenjit, please try again.
Again, is it?
Yeah, just close this window and then click on connect at the instance page.
Okay, SSH space -1. Okay, PHPD key pem. Copy this.
But
Or
for
click
that,
on the connection documents also. It'll help you. Yeah, click that. Yeah.
but first it has to connect to that.
Copy
Yeah,
that.
copied.
Go to your putty. Yeah. And what is the IP address? 18.223, right? Yeah, paste that actually. Put on your notepad. Yeah. Just hold on. Let me note down the IP address. It is 18.219.225.54, right?
Is it? I think it was different. 1, 2, 3 or something was there.
No. Go to console. 18.219.225.54, correct?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Until I tried doing SSH, it will give the same error.
Yeah. See, the error is this error is basically because of the keys, the public key, private key. Okay. I am also able to log in from my laptop. Right. So it is allowing me to get into the server, and while authenticating, it is throwing me an error actually.
Do we need to change permissions of the CD key?
Maybe you know what we can do. We'll start from the scratch. We would have missed some steps in between actually to capture it. So maybe Prasanjit, let's make it things simpler actually. Let's go back and you know, terminate all those instances whatever you're running it now. Let's create, you know, delete everything, and we'll create everything from the fresh, I mean from the scratch.
Sandil, shall I also delete it?
No, no,
Terminate
don't.
this.
It is only for only for Prasanjit.
No, even I'm getting the same error.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
Then probably if you do not want the instances, you all can terminate it actually. You can probably start from the scratch. It's a good exercise, right, for us. We understand a lot of combination.
Okay.
How about you, Sukanya? You're able to get through? Sukanya? Hello? Okay. So you're not.
Okay. So launch instances.
Yeah, you make me a host, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. So you're able to see my screen. All of you are able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to instances. I've deleted everything, so let me see launch instance. So I'm selecting this free one, okay, guys? 1 GB, 1 GB, and I'm making preview. Security by default is taken this. This is what I think we would have not made a note of it, Prasanjit, in your case. The security group name, right, which is getting associated.
Right. Yeah.
I think we missed it. Maybe or it is not associated. Might be possible. Okay. Ten GB. Okay. By default, this is what it is. Volume type is root. Any question, team? Any question? Yeah.
This is Arvind.
Yeah, yes.
You just in the previous step mentioned that association of security group, right? Can you explain that again? Okay, this is the one.
So let me click on edit security group, right? That is what I did, and I have come into the screen. What happened last time when he selected, he said this select an existing security group, but we did not really associate this. Did you select anything security group, Prasanjit?
No, I don't think.
Exactly. That is what it has happened. That is why the instance is ready, but because of the security, it is not allowing us to get into the console. Got it. Now we'll do one thing. You share your screen. Let me help you out actually.
Yeah, I think we created a new security group, right?
Yeah, and another new security group. Let's associate that with that instance, whatever we created it. You want to share the screen?
Okay. Let's share.
Yeah, please. I'll stop it. You share it.
Okay.
Okay, so now
So
go to say, where is that instance we terminated, right?
no, we created one more, right?
One more, right? Okay, fine. So this is the one, and now let's go to the action.
No, I think this is not the current one. We have not created. Maybe we have
Then
to
you create a one. Yeah, create a one. Launch instance.
Same. I will try Red Hat.
Yeah, Red Hat or whatever it is.
The free one. Maybe security group. This Wizard 5.
Launch Wizard 5. Okay.
Yeah.
And SSH by default it has been taken. Then proceed to launch. It
You
says
can launch,
create.
right?
Did you select create new security group or you want to select the existing security group?
Create a new security group.
Okay. And
Add
we
rules.
already created a security group. You remember? Select that one.
Okay, okay. So
Select the
which one?
training
4,
one.
is it?
AWS training security. That's what we created. Remember?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Review and launch. This is how to associate, the existing security group for various instances. See, for any
Okay.
Linux instance, you don't have to create. It is better to create one. It adds complexity in terms of operational aspect. Right? If you create 1 or 2 default, one for Windows, one for Linux, then you can reuse it actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, review and launch, please.
Okay.
Yeah, launch. Now, yeah.
Same key, right?
Yeah, I acknowledge that I have access to the selected private key PEM file. Did we create a PEM file? I don't think, right?
No, we didn't create. This is the existing one.
No, it's okay. Go to your, that is okay, leave it. Leave it. Or you can, probably create a new key in the interest of others.
Okay.
So download. Put name, Linux key. Yeah, save it. Save. Yeah, there itself. Excellent. Okay. Now go to, there is an option actually of converting this, it's a .pem file, right? It's a good, I think it's created a PEM file for us. Now launch instance, yes, please. So let it launch, okay? Yeah, it is getting launched. Yeah, we launch log, initiating, come down. So it is getting launched, right? So now we'll go to that putty.
Okay.
Go to the putty. Yeah. Now, yeah, correct.
Auth, is it?
Yes. One moment, let me also open my things.
You have to create a PPK file.
You have to create a PPK file, exactly.
So how do I create that? Because now this is only PEM file.
The PEM file, you have to use the PEM file and convert as a PPK file, it will come actually. Let me show you the steps.
So now open, is it? PEM file?
Yeah.
Use the Linux key.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anything else needs to be changed? Or bypass authentication?
No. So it's okay. Open. Actually, we'll have to convert and store it here. Is the instance ready?
Where did it go? Blank screen. Showing a blank screen.
Sorry, let me look at it. Yes. Refresh. You go to EC2 dashboard. You'll be able to see that. Yeah. Status, click on the status check. Check passed. Okay. Okay. Click on the description. So it is running. This is a name. Yeah. So copy that to Putty. No. After, yeah. Yes. There you are. Okay. Yes. Click yes. Got it?
Yeah, EC2 user, right?
No, but we'll have to remove that key selection, whatever we made. Just go there, go to Putty, just say okay. In the Putty, yeah, put that SSH, click on that, double click. Where did we put? Yeah, double click that. No, hold on. Here you select this Linux key here. Just say browse.
What's happening? Okay. It's taking some time. Maybe I'll take too many times. Yeah, here I selected the Linux key only.
No, you select add. Okay. Yeah.
Linux key.
Yeah. Say open. Linux key on. That is the one which you created for this, right?
Yeah, not getting selected.
No, just select. Yeah. Click on that. That's it. Open. No, that's okay. Just leave it. Go back. I just did not see your earlier screen. So you selected on, auth, right?
Yeah, I selected the Linux key only. This EM.
Can you close it and redo it for me once again, please? Just click cancel this. Yeah. Now, hold on. Click on auth. Click on auth here. Yeah. Select. Okay. Now you select this browse.
Yeah.
Here only. Now select all files. Now select say open. Yeah.
Anything else?
Say open here. You selected anyway. Whenever you put those points there.
That's what I did earlier also. So any host key or something. Any keys? Add
No, it's
key
okay.
or something.
Not required. It should take, see, basically what we are trying to do is we are associating this PEM file. Okay, this PEM file is the encryption file, the password key actually, wherein it has indirect passwords created for that instance actually.
Okay.
Just put that username password now here.
Sorry?
Yeah, put that, I mean, put
Open.
the host ID, yeah.
It asks for user ID.
It should. See, the problem is, you know, it is
PEM
going to the, it is, okay, SSH2 private key old. So the putty file, whatever we downloaded could be the unsupported format actually. It looks like SSH2. That is okay. So, I mean, this is what it is, right? It should go inside and, you know, it should allow you to, you know, navigate the internals of various things of Linux instance, the way Arvind shown actually. So maybe Arvind, you know, probably, you know, it is your experience is also required to show these people which version of putty you use.
Okay. See, actually, I run Linux on my laptop.
Oh, you're running a Linux on your laptop. Okay.
So I think that made, you know, my life easier. But then, you know, Senthil, I tried, you know, doing SSH on that IP 3.14.80.105 without mentioning the port and also mentioning the port. It is giving me the same error. So I'm pasting both, you know, on the chat. The first one I've just shared is without.
Maybe you will create an instance with Ubuntu. Maybe this Red Hat instance, something is.
No, Prasenjit. See, the idea is not to skip the level of learning what we make.
Yeah.
The more and more mistakes and more of you know, more and more the problems, the better learning it is actually.
Right.
Right. So we will have to resolve this. So tomorrow you will have the same things. I mean, anyway, you're not going to be an operation guy. Obviously, you're going to be an architect people. So you'll have to tell them what's create Linux image with this. Right. So I can skip, but you know, from an understanding aspect, we need to have a strong knowledge actually. Look, let's look at it. Now it says unable to use key file, IBM certification, Linux key dot PEM, right? It's okay, close this.
Sir, please have a look at, you know, the chat.
Sorry?
Please have a look at, you know, the chat.
Chat.
Okay. Yeah, I pasted, you know, the first time I just did an SSH directly on that IP. And then second time I did it on the port 22 as well. So at the end of it, you know, it is giving me the
We
same.
did not open port 22. No, we open only 22. Okay, not
yeah,
an issue.
that's
Not
the reason. Second time I did, you know, on that particular port.
Not an issue.
But it says permission denied.
Just give me a second. Let me try and see this from my end. 3.14.80.105.
Or do you need to add a :22?
Where?
For the port SSH, I think yes.
No, but see, you know, in the security group, we allowed only port 22. So it listen only on that actually. In the terminal session, right? It's about the public key and the private key mapping on the telnet session or on the, you know, in the putty session.
Right.
Okay, it is only that, nothing else.
So by default, it will take that 22 only.
It will take only, yeah, it listen only on 22 actually. See guys, it's about converting that PEM file into a PPK file. Okay, go to Google, all of you, team. Hello.
Yeah, in Google.
Google, see how to convert PEM to PPK. Just type how to convert PEM to PPK input. Okay.
Use Puttigen.
Yes, that is what the accepted file format wherein it generates that. So it is to do with the PuTTY version of an application what we use.
Download PuTTY and PuTTYGen from here. So PuTTYGen is what?
It is another tool actually which generates the
So to
PEM
download PuTTYGen also, is it?
correct.
Prasadjit, first, I think it is part of PuTTY. Can you search in your laptop PuTTYGen? Just search.
No, okay.
Just type it is there. Na?
Yeah, PuTTY key generator, correct. Did you select your Linux key to generate this, or what is that?
No, I just default whatever, because there is no option to load an existing private key. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, till Arvind here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to download PuTTY for Linux, and let me check this out. Okay.
Yeah. Good. Say okay. Generate. See, it is a self-signed certificate. What we are trying to create.
RSA, right?
Yeah, it is a technology.
Yeah, no, I mean RSA only have to select, or because
No,
there.
you can select any other option as well. Now you anyway you generated. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you wanted to keep a password for this, you can put a password, or you can keep it simple for now.
Simple
right?
for now, yeah.
Yeah. Generate or
Save
finish.
key.
Save public key. Yeah. Save private key and public key both.
What, any extension is to be given, or just that?
No, that's okay. Just say that. Yeah, say yes. Yeah. See, the public key is already there on the server. That's okay. Yeah, just follow that. Private.
Okay, close it.
Now go and associate this in your telnet in your PuTTY.
This key, private key,
Yeah.
or the public key?
Public key is on the server, private key.
Okay. This time should work. Server refused your key.
Refused R key. Okay, so say okay. So change the key, the other keys, the one which you named it as. You copy two keys, right? Yeah.
Yeah. This is the private key.
No, that is correct. Yeah. You copied two, right? One
So which
private, one public. Which one you copied?
Yeah. Both I copied.
Select
Both I
this
have saved. I have selected the private one. Yeah, this is one I selected now.
Okay. It is not going through, is it?
Yeah. We will try this.
We save it. You just click save. It'll come there.
No.
No, it's wrong association.
Anything else needs to be?
Now remove this, please. The private key file for authentication, you remove it. Just select and delete it. Yeah. Go back to your normal session. One moment. Type in the okay SSH save. Click on save. Okay. And yeah, just open it.
Okay.
Just open it. Let's see. Is your laptop controlled by IBM? Is there any proxy running on your machine? Might be. Oh, it's okay. That's okay. Don't worry. Just do that.
VPN, but it's okay. No supported authentication.
Okay. Let me try from my end, please. Just give me a second. Tell me the IP address.
SSH1 or
no. Tell me the IP address. 3 dot.
3 dot 14
3
dot
dot
80
1480 dot
105.
105. But the host key is with you, right? I might be able to.
Select SSH1 in secure one. Or SSH2
Yeah,
only.
select. I mean, you can
Share
select.
this connection if possible. Which one? 1.
Sorry,
Because by default it is 2.
SSH. Oh, by default it was 1, is it? Okay, select 2. Yeah.
No. By default it was 2. 1 is insecure.
Maybe select that as well. Let us see. Maybe we don't know what is that machine image configuration is all about. No, that's okay. These are all leave it for now.
SSH1, this one.
Yeah. Just select. Just simply say open.
Private key?
Yeah, put. Yeah. No, it's not supported. See, it is not supported on the other end actually.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Let me look at it, please. Okay. There was another command we copied. Do you remember? Go to instance. The first one. Yeah, copy that. SSH space -i. Yes, but this is not the name of the instance, right? Is it the same one? No idea, right?
No idea. But the key.
Go back to the instance and let's copy this parameters from the instance itself. Go to instance. Go to the instance, select on the instance. Yeah, here it is.
This one, right?
Below. Come down, let us see. Okay, and it is not listed here. If you select the connect option, here it is. Exactly. And put it on a chart window as well for us.
Okay. Now with this,
See, click on connection document. Yeah, connect. Let's see. It is on. Private IP 172.31.46.16. That is your local IP, is it?
yeah.
Login failed. If the instance is started up, try again a minute or two. Why? Just retry. Strange, no?
Maybe others can also try and see if they'll get through. Arvind, how about you?
Arvind will be able to connect because he is a local
Yes,
environment.
Even I tried, Rakshit here. I'm getting the same error.
What the error?
When I click on connect and the EC2 instance, I'll select it, and then it is giving there is a problem in setting up the instance connection. Login failed.
Senthil and all others, Arvind here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do two things. Okay, one I'm installing Putty locally, and I will try to connect to the instance that I have created using that Putty. And then I will take one of the public IPs other than Prashanjit's IP and check if it connects to Putty. Okay, give me about 5 minutes time. I'll come back and update.
You are generating the key for AWS as well as key for yourself. You meant to say.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. See, that is what actually we need to pass on this back to our team members also. No, so it is sometimes we try to use the key generated by the Amazon, right? So shut for the things. As an advanced guy, we generate our own self-signed key and we try to upload that public key in Amazon as well, and we will have the private key with us.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, you can do that actually. Yeah.
Let me try that and I'll come back and update. Yeah.
No problem. Do that actually. But the procedure, whatever I've shown on the morning on the on the Telnet console, the Putty console, that is what actually it is. For, creating a self-signing certificate and upload it on various instances.
Right.
Okay.
So guys, try to create an instance and let me also create an instance in my machine. Let me see, like I don't know, like maybe I'll also select. This is a RHEL, right?
Yes.
Sandil, one more question here. So can we make a public key into private and private into public? Is it possible to change?
No, that is not. Yeah. You are generating. No, you are defining the role for it actually.
Okay. So whatever it is there, it is by default we have to use it.
Correct. See, the key management is very important actually because it's a defined software defined, right? Security plays a lot of role here.
Okay. As a solution architect, do we have to choose on how to create a key, or how is it?
No. So that is operation admin role.
Okay.
See, as a solution architect, you need to know what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'll not be able to, take a control over them.
Okay.
See, the cloud is a different element, actually, animal altogether. Once you learn a cloud completely, you're able to do a virtualization role, the Windows admin role, the Linux admin role. The Linux operating system administrator role is something which is up to you, whether you want to go deep and do it or you wanted to, be on top as a high-level foundation member or something. But storage admin role is taken over, security admin role is taken over, network admin role is taken over, and backup admin role has been taken over. If I look at it, it is 10 persons who does today in the data center being done by one single person. Imagine the salary for about 40 lakh rupees salary for a senior person. into 10 people, which is 4 crore actually a year. Wherein, the salary of a cloud admin could be about 45 lakhs and they save roughly about 3.5 crore if they do a transformation.
Yes, yes.
That's the power of cloud and cloud learning and all those things.
Okay.
Arvind, Prasanjit, hello?
Yeah.
See, you do one thing, you go to the instance. I think close the cancel this, please. Select the instance and, come to the top right. I mean, the right of it, the right hand side of it. Yeah, drag it. Linux key is a key, right? And security group is this. Click on the security, click on that. To permission entry, right?
Right.
Just go down and let us edit this. Just drag it up. Yeah, scroll down. VPC ID is this. Inbound rule, outbound rule. So delete one. There are two SSH, right?
How do I select? Oh,
Edit. Delete the below one. Yeah. And the top one SSH. No. Yeah. Click on that again. SSH. Select TCP. Yeah. Select the other one. Just go to the top most up one. All TCP. Yeah. Put that. Okay. Save. Yeah. Click. Yeah. Anywhere. Yeah.
Until I had only one SSH entry, and then outbound
So
it
it
says all.
creates
okay.
this one by default, I think.
Yeah, it created against that. Okay. Now go back to the instance and say connect using the EC to select the instance. No. What is the username?
So here it says to use this key, but we are using the generated one. It's putty
Sorry?
Here it says to use this PEM,
That is what the one which is associated, Linux key.
but we tried to connect with the generated one, PPK.
No, you use this PEM file. Let's not convert this into a PPK.
Ajit here.
Ajit.
I'm able to connect.
You're able to connect, right?
Yeah. So only thing what is to be done is when you generate the private key, the key name should be same as your PEM key name.
Oh, very good. Anyway, yeah, thanks, Ajit. So excellent. We will come there, right? So let other people. Arvind?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Can you please repeat? What you said. What needs to be same?
Ajit, can you explain them? Or you will have to share your screen.
Yeah. So when you I'll share it right now or after some.
Maybe you tell him actually. Tell Prasenjit what is that he need to follow on the screen. Like he puts IP address first.
Yeah, you can put the IP address. Just save this one. Give a name. Go to saved session. Give the name for this connection.
AWS Linux. You say
AWS Linux something. Yeah. Just save it. Yeah, save it. So
click on the AWS Linux.
Yeah,
that's okay. Yeah, go ahead, Ajit. Yes,
yeah.
Leave it to you. Yeah.
Then private key you have generated, right?
Yes.
Can we do it again? Go to put
generate again, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. So
all files.
All files. Yeah.
All file. Yeah, Linux.
PEM, select your which one? Linux PEM, right? So Linux key.pem file. So when you generate, open it. Now save private key. The name should be same as your PEM file name. Yeah. Key. That's all.
No PEM, right?
Yeah. No PEM. Now done. Go to your putty. Auth.
Auth. Select auth. Yeah.
No, I'm not able to. Oh, you are able to see it because here I'm not able to see. Okay.
No, the same thing. Correct.
Now browse that file. Private key. Yes.
Yeah.
Open. Yeah, give that. Yeah. Easy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Ajay.
So what was okay? I sorry, I missed the first part. We saved one file in the save session part, right? That same name what we.
Arvind, let me explain that actually. Okay, let me explain that piece actually. See what so the way in which we work with Linux and the way in which we work with Windows, as a different methodology actually in AWS, right? So AWS allows us to work with the instances in 3 different options, right? 2 different options is what actually been allowed. One is using the Linux instance through the public, name of the DNS and the public IP address which automatically got associated. Here the internal is we need to understand. So AWS creates the default password and the default root account. Got it? And that's something which cannot be shared actually. AWS, cannot send you by email or cannot send you by anything. So what they've done, they've used the key mechanism to incorporate you to enable the authentication wherever you are, and whichever place you are from. So the element of aspect is We need to know while creating a Linux instance, whatever Ajit explained of converting this PEM file to a PKI file with the right attributes, with the right name, with the right file format, gets, it is read actually. The moment you say login, the moment you put your, username, password in the putty, by default, the backend, the connection to the server has been initiated actually through a port 22 channel. And that looks for a public key, that has a public key that looks for a identical or equivalent private key, then it authenticates and allows you. That is how it is. That is how the Linux instance works within the AWS world. Be it Ubuntu, be it Red Hat, be it SUSE, be it whatever it is. Any question now, guys? Probably you can ask me.
Yes, Sir Arvind here. When we got into the home screen of Putty, then we saved something as some file name which is same as Linux key or something. What file was that?
That is a PEM file, PEM file.
Oh,
generated by AWS.
Okay.
Second file what we created is a PPK file. Public private key.
That we save in the hotspot, right?
Private key, yeah, one single file actually. It's a two different format. Now PEM is a different format and PPK is a different format. In the telnet, to enforce this tunneling happens on port 22, the SSH protocol 22, so it talks through that. And that is actually the expectation of AWS. Try it 1 or 2 times, you will be a master of it actually. Guys, I'll allow you, it's a break time for 11:15. Let's break it for about 15 minutes and we'll come back. And you guys meantime create another 2 more instances of a Linux and try and do a mix of different possible combination of creating a keys and managing these keys. Okay? Done?
Yeah. But this is still giving problem.
Now this will resolve it. I'll come back and resolve it for you.
Okay.